Divine Connections with Elle.
I'm going to move you to another topic, but stay quiet, based in this inner peace, certain that you are being given a way to profoundly perfect what is your natural wholeness. Just believe in that. Our trauma is that we have paid attention too many ways, too frequently, to the surface, to each other, before we have married the true goodness. The only way to marry the true goodness is to believe and rely on it as if we are in a sudden death of everything that has ever come to our mind and just sitting in the stillness of our goodness, wrapped up in God, inside of God, so powerfully inside of God, inside of God, inside of good, that nothing lives outside of that. And inside of that goodness, you will then be able to meet any situation. It will take practice. But you will find out that you can meet me, you can meet your father, your brother, your marriage partner, your friend, your mother, your sister, your neighbor, your enemy, from within God. And it's a very specific difference. You will not mind them and try a new meaning on that old caricature of a very good way of saying something. You will not mind anyone. Every time your mind starts to turn outward, and it will, relinquish its control by believing that that is very akin to the Judeo-Christian word Satan or demons, also Buddhist, also Hindu, also Native American, also Aboriginal. That the devil, so to speak, what will fool you energy, visiting you again and trying to make you play on the outside, trying to make you safe and sane, but in fact it makes you feel unsafe, strained and stressed. Never sane, never safe. I'm going to ask you to let love change you, to let it baptize you in its whole reason for your having survived life by life as a continuum of goodness, a continuum of true God. To be baptized, you need to simply say, I want that. I am not afraid to be kissed by God. To be welcomed inside of this wholeness, capital W, this great wholeness. When we are this well, there is a misery change. We are, in a sense, in a misery of independence, a misery of complaining that we don't know the path or the plan, and a misery of confusion, being fused by our senses into the limitations of what is right now being gathered by them, and the misery of our memory, being right now favored by every image we've sent into our brain, by attention and decision. We're being changed from all the miseries we've camped in, hung out on, been afraid of, but controlled by. We're changing Everyone here is changing this constrainment upon us in favor of a greater purpose, a greater commentary that happens not from our brain, not from our pictures, not from our nerves, but nonetheless is a commentary. It's a commentary by good. Good is not just an action. It also is what is, and it is awake. It is a consciousness beyond us. It is a whole I, a great presence beyond our understanding. In a way, it's like a whole planet. It's this global, round goodness in which we take our whole name. It profoundly perfects the instrument that the mind is. But it needs to be the servant of it, and so devoted that it is breathless in anticipation for what will drive it, what will help it heal, help it change, help it straighten, help it let go. Tell it when it's not paying attention and show it the way. This constant guiding force is our godness, our goodness. We need to be dedicated to hearing from that until there's nothing left of ordinary hearing. Take your left hand and form it like a fist, and around that hand put your other hand cupped around it. And let's say that the fist is where your mind has subjected you. And what's around it is your greater captain, your greater support, what really can act well in your behalf. You may reverse it if you're a left-handed person, just for the effect of knowing what is greater and knowing how to act. And now begin to turn that fist so that it simply becomes a cooperative partner and forms, by the fingertips touching the other hand's fingertips, it forms oneness. Keep your hands linked that way for a while. Trust that you are bringing the receptive and the active together. Wait for the brain to synthesize what is actually occurring here. You are trusting both the active principle and the receptive miracle that can contain the good and bring it forth. You are becoming one. One body, one mind, one plan, one wholeness. Trust that the hemispheres of your brain are being interwoven better right now, so that the receptive instrument of the mind and the active presence of the awareness connect together proudly, authentically. And when you're ready, when you feel balanced, you can relax your hands, but trust that everything, your legs, your arms, though they are on different sides of the torso, are connected to the round, inner ordering. Trust now that every cell is intended to be round, made well by connecting to other rounds of wholeness. That everything is in divine working order because you are praying and have prayed for the miracle of unity, for the repair back to the truth. We feel like nattering kind of niggling little concerns walking around this planet. I'm not saying you don't have pleasure or pain that you yourself don't create, but I am hearing that there is no one on earth who easily ever forgot that he or she was isolated. And when we say all is at one, we go, okay, the sciences seem to prove it. We have pictures showing how everything is fluid and connected, and that's very helpful. Thank goodness we can see that. But I'm not going to tell you anything that you're actually going to trust unless you yourself converse with the Holy and find out directly. You'll hope that this tale isn't just something to make us feel good briefly. But that doesn't mean much. You'll have to take your own breath, capital B, and subdivide no more to wonder what that all means. Just keep walking deeper into the holy consciousness until it simply disrupts everything you've ever put together, everything you've ever believed, and every way the senses have ever worked. And I know that you will have that happen to each of you. At first it's just brief occasions, but eventually it's normal.
To learn more about the work and offerings of Elle, please visit our website at www.inere.org, inei-re.org.